Hello beautiful people and welcome. I'd like to share a pattern that I'm noticing with my students at the moment, my singing students. And this is a pattern that seems to be a quite common pattern. And actually when I think back to when I first started singing, it was a habit of mine as well. So this pattern is perfectionism and skipping ahead of yourselves. So with some students, I'm noticing that they're losing the emotion and they're actually getting muddled up with their techniques because their focus is on what's coming up. So in the moment of singing a part of the song that they're confident with, they become less confident because they're thinking about what's coming up. And if that's a high note or a long note or both, then this can play on their minds. And when they're thinking ahead of what's coming up in the song, well, then they're no longer present. If we're not present when we're expressing ourselves through music, because let's face it, that's why we sing, right? Music is a beautiful expression of what's on the inside. And when we're expressing ourselves, are we thinking ahead? Are we thinking of what we're going to say? Or when we're in the present moment and we're truly expressing authentically, are we in the moment and just experiencing that feeling and experiencing the sensations that come with those feelings as well? So I'm noticing that my students are skipping ahead. They're thinking about that big note that's about to come, and it all seems to fall apart for them. So I can relate to this because, as I mentioned, this is something that I did myself for many years actually, not just from when I started, but for many years, trying to get things right and working really hard, having that belief that I had to work for it, and it was hard work as well. It wasn't an easy task. The thing is, singing comes naturally, and I've spoken about this in another video. It's actually a lot easier than we think it is. And so next time you're singing, if you're finding that you're catching yourself out with thinking ahead of what's coming up, I challenge you to acknowledge that, and I challenge you to remind yourself to be back in the moment of the here and now, in that moment that you're in the part of the song that you're at. And chances are that if you're doing this in your song while you're singing, then you're probably doing it in life as well. So instead of enjoying the moment that you're in now, thinking ahead of what's coming up ahead of you. So a little reminder for you to enjoy life, enjoy this moment, because the next moment doesn't exist yet until it comes around. So some food for thought for you. I hope you enjoyed that little video, and I'll see you in the next one.